Trends Shaping Startups Ecosystem.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Investments and Startups section. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the trends that it's shaping the startup ecosystem. We're just waiting for the last speaker.
We can chat in the
meantime.
meantime.
Yeah, we can chat, of course. So firstly, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Alessia Baumgartner. I'm BD for the MENA region at DWF Labs. We are a Web3 investment firm and top 5 market maker in the cryptocurrency market. Please, if you could introduce yourself so we can get to know about you and your company.
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. My name is Matteo Gamberale. I'm the founder and CEO of Zappy. We are building a data monetization game, as we like to call it. So basically, it's a game where users are able to sell their data to the favorite brands and get rewarded for that. And so we're launching right now in Asia and US. So very excited to be here.
Great, thank you so much. Mikheil, please, if you could.
Hi guys, my name is Mikheil. So I represent here the Arena Games. We're a bridge between the Web 2 and Web 3 gaming. So what we're building is that multi-chain infrastructure, onboarding the multiplayer games, everything multi. And yeah, targeting this, let's say, the games that are highly, that have the sessions of 3-5 minutes. So, to have a massive exposure to the Web2 gamers. So, and smoothly introducing all the tools that are like, that are easy to use. That's our main goal.
Great, thank you so much. Please.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ilman. I am founder and CEO of Farcana. Being in the space like 5-6 years from AI, B2B solutions, including in healthcare, health tech. So sincerely, we are building Farcana is a Web 2 game, AAA game with Web 3 economy. Yeah, and would love to share my thoughts with you about the current trends in the market. Yeah.
Great, thank you so much, guys. Please, let's start the panel. Well, I would like, since the three of you are all related to GameFi, I would really like to start a little bit on the gaming trends. So you may have heard about or played the Harry Potter Legacy game, which allows players to live their childhood memories in open world Hogwarts. In less than a month, they made over $800 million in sales and becoming the most watched title in Twitch. So while gaming companies recognize the value of intellectual property, only a few have successfully leveraged this combination. So please, Matteo, how should Web3 games think about IP? Create a new IP from scratch or capitalize on established IP?
So obviously, that's a great question. So obviously, I personally think that brand loyalty plays a very important role over here. It's my personal opinion, but I totally think that brands should be more into, game developers should be much more into brand loyalty, to be honest. It's, we've seen the potential of it, right? Yeah. We've seen the potential with Harry Potter, and not only Harry Potter. I mean, instead of creating new IP, they should focus more on getting the loyalty that brands have and the IP and use that for creating the games.
Great. So you're in favor of capitalizing on established IPs.
100%.
What about you, Mikheil?
Yeah, me personally, I agree, of course, with the colleague. But me personally, I think that it's a new way of, new term brought to the gamify world. Like AAA games or now IP games. To guarantee the success for the fundraising as well. So instead of concentrating on the gameplay or on the values or on the games itself, on the Web3, they're like introducing and inventing new terms. That's for me, it's just a mean of the marketing for me at the moment, because I think there are too many other things to solve on the Web3. So yeah, I'm a bit skeptic about that. Yeah.
Great. Ilman, do you agree with Matteo and Mikheil, or do you have an opposite view about it?
Yeah, I will agree with them, but first of all, I think if we talk just pure about the gamify, the main trend is make games for play, not games to earn, right? Uh, and we are happy we started this from the start of 2022, in start of beer market. But yeah, but our main competitors, everyone focusing on the first of all make to game to play, so the fun game. When your players come to play because they want to play, not to earn. And Web3 economy benefits use as additional pluses for the user to make him feel more happy and let him have more assets. I think number one trend is this one, and especially this year, many gaming studios announced that they will they are working on the AAA quality games and will release so on. Yeah, this is number one trend. Under this, having much more trends, which we'll discuss further, I believe.
Yes. Oh.
If I may add to that, yeah, I personally think that IP, approaching brand loyalty, it's more of a marketing tool that it's very, very powerful. I think it's the most powerful marketing tool that developers have in their hands. So of course, if they choose not to approach it in that direction, of course, their marketing efforts will be like 100 times higher. So
yeah, it's one of the ways, right, to bring in users.
Yeah, to add on that, I mean, for me, it's better to to read that like this game came out with some innovative gameplay and some interesting assets, instead of seeing that this is a new IP game, and that's all. And so you have to jump in that. Yeah.
Great, guys. So Ilman was talking a little bit about the product itself. So I want to jump into simplifying UX and DX. I think that's one of the most important things that we've noticing as a trend in the crypto market. Because even for us, majority here are already in the space. It's still kind of difficult to use apps and the platforms itself. So in that topic, I would really like to understand, while there has been a lot of improvements in DX, which is the developer experience, crypto wallet user experience is still lacking and quite difficult to navigate without getting hacked or phished, which is a really important topic, especially when talking about gamify. One of the barriers, I believe, that Web2 gamers face when they come to the Web3 space is that they don't understand exactly what crypto is, how the wallet works, users in general, right, in the Web2 space. So I would like to know, how can startups make UX improvements to make it easy for the masses to understand DeFi's terms such as yield, swaps, slippage, etc.? And I would like to ask to Mikheil, since he is especially in the space to bridging Web2 to Web3.
Yeah, this is the biggest challenge, let's say, because the Web2 gamers, they can come to your platform like through some promotion, or they can discover you. But then if you make it like hard times for them to start playing or start using your platform, you will never get them back. So of course, yeah, this is the biggest challenge. That's why what we did is that we have implemented all the existing, let's say, wallets and all the tools, but we are developing also our own wallet that is like really looks like familiar for the Web2 gamers, and there are like few buttons, like looks like iOS, some app. So that's why we believe that on our platform we have the decentralized wallets, we have the centralized wallets, and we came up like in the middle with our design and with our UX. And I believe that like most of the projects, they will be doing that, like easifying this UX for the players. Yeah.
Great. Matteo?
Yeah, I totally agree. Actually, UX is literally my obsession. If you look at Zappy, every single button there has been developed for a reason, and it's there for a reason. When we developed the first UX of Zappy, we had to go through hell, because of course we wanted to approach that as, I personally think, all the Web3 startups, all the Web3 developers should do. we wanted to approach that in a Web 2 way, because users are used to that. You know, we need to go for what they want. We do not have to impose our UX on the Web 2 user base. So if we want to approach them, we need to speak their language, which I think is crucial.
Yes, Ilman, you were speaking before about product being the most important part of a game, which I agree totally. How do you feel the UX, DX experience currently in the market?
We have very experienced Web 2 team who build big titles, and we go more deeper in this question. So I would like to share some insights. Yeah, because Web 3 gamify games, even today it's all browser games, right? Everyone knows. And the first thing coming to the head is, okay, if we will do better graphic, better UX, UI, so maybe it will get attention. But this is not true. It's good to get attention, to bring them to the game, right? But how increase the retention? How let them stay? Here is come more to the gameplay and game mechanics. So we are developing shooter game. If you can imagine how sensitive players to the shooting mechanics is crazy. Like this whole game, it's about the shooting. If he will just sit, our player, I mean our audience, he just sit, he will shoot few times. If he don't feel it's good, he will not play this game. Yeah. So the main focus for ourselves, we just working like 90% on the game mechanics, gameplay mode. So for sure, we are also like developing very strong art. We also going to be a game with IPs. Yeah, this is another trend which Matteo was mentioned before. So it's definitely it's important because it's your marketing tool helping you to attract the players. But more important than this, it's the gameplay itself. Even if you know Minecraft, it was built by 7 guys, and the UX is bullshit.
Classic.
Sorry to say, right? But billions of people have played, and it's one of the most famous games today. I know one of our partners. They are top 2 biggest mobile games publisher in the world. They have 3 billion plus downloads of their games in App Store and Play Market. And you mentioned that what is the challenge for the Web 2 games jumping to Web 3. So they decided to jump to Web 3. They hired some Web 3 experienced team. They built a game, and they have very good NFT sales, have over 10 million downloads. But after 2-3 months, there is no players. Good game with good traction. If you check them, it's so well packed. Have big investors, have huge marketing. Imagine they're top 2 publisher in the world. But no players. I say, why? They say, Web 2 players don't understand blockchain, wallets. You come there, they are confused. So because of this process, our conversion rate is so low. And now they are selling this company. So the second biggest problem, when we talk about UX, right, is not even in the game. Before the game, the first thing when users see, it should be so easy as registration in just as an email, like you just put email, password, that's it. Then when he come play, he gains some assets, gaming assets. He gain, in our case, Bitcoin, right? There is no game sharing Bitcoins, right? Only Farcana. So when he gain it, so then he need to go through this wallet creation, but no need to know so deep. Today also no-code startups is another big trend in the market. Right? The same should be no Web3 tech integrated registrations, and it will be another trend.
Yeah.
So in a single sentence, Web3 UX sucks.
Yeah, I wanted to add on that. So when I mentioned about the UX, design for the platform, this is one thing that is really important. But when we talk about the games itself, first of all, it's the most important is the gameplay because we're coming from the game development studio. So you test the gameplay, if it is like really interesting, then you start working on the design and UX.
Yeah, exactly. That's why talking like a VC, when the games have their alpha tests, their beta, it's so important for them to get to know their feedbacks from their first gamers, because they will give you the first impression and see if you're going to retain the customers in the future or not. So one of the questions that we always ask is, how many users did you had in your alpha, in your beta? What was the feedback behind it? So you will have a steady monthly active users in the future. So I completely agree with the point that you guys mentioned. So an interesting topic, I feel like, and that it's not just for gaming, but for startups in general, is the community building. So Web3 is all about community and how important it is to build it, especially in the bear market, which we see that founders are not motivated, people struggling. So it's always good to have a community. So my question is, during bear markets, community becomes critical as it provides the much needed support and motivations to weather the storm. Are there any best practices that you have observed during your years of community building that other teams can adopt to continue to engage and leverage their community? So Matteo, please, if you want to start.
Well, that is a very nice question, because when I first started, I'm in Web3 since not so long ago. I mean, I started in 2021, end of 2020, when we approached the web.
Most people.
Right? But coming from a corporate experience, when I first approached this world, when they told me, "Hey, you have to build a community," I was like, "What do you mean?" Right? So at first you say, "Yeah, okay, so we will build a user base when the app is out." No, you have to build a community first. I was like, "Why?" Then I understood the potential of it. It's incredible. It's incredible. So. Right after that, when I realized, because I made a few mistakes at first, because we did not focus on that. So when I realized it, we started building the community. But right now, I believe that the bear market it did hit very hard, and the community was, communities were impacted pretty hard on that aspect. So the excitement that we saw at first is not there anymore. But it will be back very soon. So,
yeah, it's also the psychology behind the market, right? It starts slow, and then people get excited, and then it hits the peak, and then everyone gets to the depression point, and now slowly we're heading back. I believe that this year, with the market the last few days, people are really excited.
I'm 100% sure that the next bull market...
Even though it's not the start of a bull market, people are starting to get happy again, which is good. But yeah, please, Mikheil.
Yeah, we're lucky that we are in the gamify world, right? Because for the community building, from the beginning we have some tools, some things to share with the guys, not just some promises or something. That's why everybody has their own experience. We have tested like different tactics, let's say different approaches. For us, the most good results we got from the first game introduction. So we tested the game, we got the good feedback, and since then we started onboarding the ambassadors. So project lovers, the first guys that will spread the voice around in their communities, because from the different countries we have scouted some first I think 100 ambassadors. So since then the community grow. Now we have around 50,000 people in our community. So I would first of all I will try to find the real project lovers, and then incentivize them to become the ambassadors and support them.
Yeah, I feel like in gaming, an interesting way to see who is really your loyalty customer is through the Discord communities. You will see who's engaging, who's trying to participate. Maybe they become like a community manager. I've seen a lot of the times a community manager coming from the fan base itself. Ilman, what for you are the best way to engage and leverage the communities in GameFi for now, or in startups in general?
answer to this question we can find in this event in AIBC. Yesterday I've been here judging the startup pitching, right? And there was one startup called 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐲. He got the first place. And why he got this first place? Very simple. Every judges, all of us, love the project. Why? If you talk about product is the most simple product in the all companies. It just they make cards game as NFTs, so you can get your NFT and play like simple card game. Since last year August, they launched testnet, and now how much? Like 6 months, 7 months, they have 60,000 NFTs traded in testnet of their product, right? Have 3,000 active players. And another, the best thing what they do, their burn rate is $10,000 per month, right? So $10,000 for developers, one founder, that's it. And no marketing, no this, show stuff. Just have pure, nice product, have MVP working. People love it, that's it. Here you get community, here you get funds, here you get whatever you want. So if we put it as a pyramid, it's come from the gameplay. You have good gameplay, you have user.
Yeah.
You have users, you have marketing, you have investment, whatever you want. So just focus on build of your product.
Interesting,
this is
interesting.
the
best case to succeed.
10K a month is a dream, by the way.
It's amazing. No, it's really interesting that we see that in this panel, each one focuses specifically on certain aspects of a startup. So we saw Matteo talking about marketing and how you need to create a community. And then, oh my God, we've seen Mikheil talk about onboarding Web2 users and Ilman focusing a lot on the product development itself. So I believe that each startup knows exactly what their focus and what their strengths are, and you need to focus on that too. Bringing users, bringing gamers, especially in the gamify space. So yeah, I just wanted to know, Matteo, if you have any last words for founders specifically, how to engage in the gamify space, like a short little phrase from each one of you, so we can close this panel.
Yeah, I believe what you said earlier makes total sense regarding the ambassadors, because I think influencers and ambassadors right now are the most powerful tool in this market. The startup, which of course startups, they do not have a lot of funds right now, right? So in order to approach the market and build the community in the best possible way right now without having enough funds at their disposal, I think ambassador and influencers are the best option, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, plus I think that the good thing in Web3 is that we don't, we're all early comers, right? So we're trying to support each other. So, I mean, all the founders that are now building some projects or products, we are trying to, to spread the voice about us as well. We are always happy to help. And I think all the projects are like that. We are doing also with Farcana the partnerships, I mean, for a long time, helping each other. So this is the good information for those that are thinking whether to build or not the product on Web3, that we are always here to help. So partnerships, ambassador program, and yeah, I mean the experiments, because if something doesn't work, for sure, if when you experiment, at the end something will work for sure.
Experiences is what founders in general will see, right? You need to test out, maybe it will fail, maybe it will not, but you only learn with your failures. That's what I've noticed in my life. And lastly, Ilman, your last words for us?
Yeah, I will be totally agree with experts as well. Yeah, focus on, if you're building business and especially founding some startup in the traditional way, it's very like overloaded market, right? It's very hard to do. But Web3 is just fast track for you. Even it's having so much pressure from the traditional financial system, and like every time damaging is reputation, but Web3 is growing up again, and the best one, the strongest one, they are surviving, they are disrupting this market. So the best advice is forget all this negative stuff about Web3, you know, this Ponzi stuff, this margin stuff. Get the all benefits, focus on them. It's amazing world, it's decentralized world. When first of all is like user-focused industry, and it started because to give the real value for the users. So focus on it, and it's very easy to partner in this market. You know, everyone is so open, so active. Yeah, just this is the best advice. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for you guys for bringing in your knowledge in this short panel. Thank you guys for watching us.
Thank you, everyone.
And thank you, IBC, for having us as well. Thank you.